Hello and welcome to my channel. This is the I Dare You book tag. I first saw this tag on Pages and Pens by Julie, and I will link that video in the description box. So here are the rules. The rules and the questions will be in the description box as well, but first rule is to be honest. Second rule is that I have to answer all of these questions. I haven't really prepped the questions. I did watch the videos that I had been seeing out there, but I'm going to be completely honest because I didn't write any answers down. I've been prepping videos and things like that, but I didn't prep any answers for this one. So this should be fairly interesting. And the last rule is that I have to tag 4 people. So I'm just going to get that tagging out of the way right now. I tag Literature Princess, The Reading Wallflower, EM Paperbound, and Tasha Tells All. Hopefully you guys haven't done it yet and you can do it, but we will see. I'm not even sure how the whole tagging thing works, but you're tagged to do it. I'll let you know in the comments. I'll link your pages down there. So let's get to the questions. What book has been on your shelf the longest? Oh geez. Wow, I couldn't even tell you what book has been on my shelf the longest. I guess we can go with Peppermint Fence because I've had it since childhood. And as you can see, it's a kid's book. It has cute little short stories in it. And wow, I think I got it from the library. If you can see that. Back in the day. I don't even know who this is by. What is your current read, your last read, and the book you'll read next? Current read is pretty easy. It is, at the time of this recording, it is Red Lights, Black Hearts by Fabiola Francisco is what I'm currently reading. My last read was Hate to Lovers by Kay Webster and J.D. Hollyfeld. And then my next read will be Twisted in You by Fabiola Francisco, Co-Wrecker by Megan Quinn, and I'm going to try and finish Saga, which is also a current read, but it's just not working. It's hard to get through for me. What book did everyone like but you hated? Hands down, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. It is all the hype on BookTube, in the BookTube community. Everyone loves Rainbow Rowell. Everyone loves that book. I did not finish it, for one. And for two, it was like at the 80% mark that I did DNF it, but I absolutely hated it. Couldn't do it. Could not do it. Everyone hypes about it. Everyone loves it. Not me. Not me at all. What book do you keep telling yourself you'll read, but you probably won't? Any book in the Harry Potter series. Yeah, I said it. I'm not reading Harry Potter. I'll watch the movies. I'm not reading it. What book are you saving for retirement? Well, being that I have 20 years until retirement, I'm gonna say finishing the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon. By then there'll probably be like 20 books, but yeah, I probably won't read or listen to that until later on down the road. Last page. Read it first or wait till the end? I can't even believe that this is one of the questions. Really? All those people that read the last page are just Acknowledgement. Waste of paper and ink or interesting? Okay, so I like some acknowledgements. Sometimes I find them very interesting to hear sort of the backstory on why authors are thanking different people. When they start to become generic or the same, then it's like, yep, I've already read that acknowledgement in your other book. so I'm gonna bypass it. But if there's something catchy or sweet and interesting about the acknowledgement in the first couple sentences, then I'll read it to find out what the author was, where they were coming from for the premise of this book. Which book character would you switch places with? None of them. Absolutely none of them. So many of my books that I read, they all have like tragic stories or craziness that happens, and I don't read very much fantasy, so yeah, they're books that have problems that deal around real issues in life, and I may talk about my characters like they're real, but I wouldn't switch lives with any of them, because some of them have really, really, really hard lives, like super hard lives. Do you have a book that reminds you of something specific in your life? Place, time, or person? Oh, so many books. So many books. Better by Carrie Haywood. Anything by Corinne Michaels, because she has some military feel to it. Deep Blue Eternity by Natasha Boyd, because of the context and the plot and the things that the character goes through there. That really tore me up reading that book. The Flawed Heart series by Ellie Wade. It's set in my hometown and the cities that are around my hometown of Ann Arbor. Flow and Grip by Kennedy Ryan, because it is about an interracial couple. Granted, the interracial couple is not the same as my interracial couple, but some of the thoughts and feelings and things that go on in that book are very similar to things that I have dealt with in my relationship. Name a book that you acquired in an interesting way. I'm going to go with The Order of the Seer trilogy by Siri Rainey Murphy. And I acquired this series, well, 2 of the books out of the series, the physical copies of the books, because my husband and his cousin went to AwesomeCon here in Washington, D.C. a couple years ago, or maybe last year, something like that. But they found an author and was like, hey, my, wife is into books, so let's pick those up. So I have those books. Have you ever given a book away for a special reason to a special person? I actually haven't completed this task, but I have a book that I am going to be sending to my best friend, Melody, in Oklahoma. And I don't want to name what book it is, because then that sort of defeats the purpose of it being a surprise. But the premise of the book is amazing, and it pretty much has lots of meaning behind it. So I think she will enjoy it, and hopefully she reads it, because she likes physical books, or else I would have gifted it to her ebook a long time ago. Which book has been with you to the most places? So I can't really say it's a book, but my Kindles go everywhere with me. So I have about 700 books that travel with me at all times. Any required reading you hated in high school that wasn't so bad 2 years later? I've been out of high school for way longer than 2 years. So my required reading, I haven't even thought about delving back into it. I don't foresee myself reading Catcher in the Rye or any of the other books that were required reading, if I could remember any of the other ones besides that book. So it won't be happening. I can't even answer that question. Used or brand new? And of course they have to be brand new, because all my pretty physical copies, some of them you can see back there, they're all personalized and signed to me. And I don't actually read them, because I don't read physical books. If you watched any other videos on my channel that talk about this topic, you will know that I don't read physical books. Have you read any Dan Brown books? No, I haven't. Although I might think about reading them, but nope. Have you ever seen a movie you liked more than the book? Yes. Jurassic Park, Jurassic World by Michael Crichton. I tried to read that book because I needed a book about or set in South America, and let's just say I will watch Jurassic Park, Jurassic World many more times, over and over again, at any point that I find it on the television, before I will try and pick up that book ever again. Have you ever read a book that made you hungry, i.e. cookbooks are included? Not really, but I love cookbooks. I have a very large collection of cookbooks, and it doesn't necessarily make me hungry. It just makes me want to bake and say, hey, this looks good. Maybe we'll try it out. Who is the person whose book advice you will always take? So I am a cover whore, and I really don't take advice on books. I very rarely read book reviews because I think so many book reviewers out there give way too much information away. I even sometimes think that the author's blurbs or synopses give way too much information away. So even if I do find myself reading a synopsis or a blurb, it's only like the first couple sentences. And if you don't catch me with those first couple sentences and the cover, then I probably won't read the book and I'll pass on it. Unless someone's like, oh, you really need to read this book because of this. But there isn't anyone specific that I trust. Is there a book outside of your comfort zone that you ended up loving? Well, let's see. I read romantic sort of books, and that ranges from light and fluffy, like super sweet and sticky and YA type stuff, all the way to dark and twisted and, craziness. So it's really hard to answer this question because I have read so many books that are like, oh, but I will say that the Life of Anna series by Marissa Honeycutt really made me think about what's acceptable in books. Even though I loved the series, I would not recommend the series for everyone. I would definitely put that warning out there because I was in a hole for like the first 4 books, almost all 5 of the books, depending. But I was just like, oh, wow, that's some really dark shit right there. Really, really dark. I mean, just seriously taboo stuff. So that would be a book outside of my reading comfort. So that is the I Dare You tag. Oh my gosh, super long. Hopefully editing will shorten this up. But I dare you to complete this tag as well, along with those 4 other people that I have put in the description box. Tagging, because you have to tag 4 people at least, and I tag you as well. If you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a form in the description box that allows you guys to help me improve my channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys later.